To figure out which chords belong in a given scale, you need to know two things: the notes in the scale and how to build chords. Let's say you want to figure out which chords belong in a G major scale. First, you need to know the notes of that scale. And we're going to use numbers to label our scale degrees. G is 1, A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, E is 6, F sharp is 7, and then we start numbering again at the octave. So again, G1, A2, B3, C4, and so forth. To build chords from this scale, you take any note and then add every other note until you have 3 notes stacked on top of each other. These types of chords are called triads. You can keep on stacking notes to build 7th chords, 9th chords, and so forth, but let's keep this simple. We're going to stick with the triads. The triad built on the first scale degree is G major. The 2 chord is A minor. The 3 chord is B minor. The 4 chord is C major. The 5 chord is D major. The 6 chord is E minor. And the 7 chord is F sharp diminished. So how do you know which chords are major, minor, or diminished? That is an entirely different lesson. Check out my Guitar Theory module series. I'll leave a playlist and relevant links in the description. Now the good news is that this series of major, minor, and diminished triads is the same for every major scale, no matter the starting note. For every major scale, the pattern is always going to be major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and diminished. So we can apply this information to any other major scale. For example, B flat major. Here's our B flat major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then starting over again at 1. Start on any note, add every other note until you have 3 notes stacked up on top of each other. And it's always going to be the same pattern of chord types. First scale degree is always going to be B flat major, 2 C minor, 3 D minor, 4 E flat major, 5 F major, 6 G minor, 7 is going to be A diminished. And then back to the 1 chord again, B flat major. Now we're going to do the same thing with the harmonic minor scale, and we're going to use the A harmonic minor scale. Again, you have to know the notes in the scale. In this case, that's going to be A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, and then starting over again at A. From there, pick any note and stack up every other note until you have a triad. Each type of scale has its own pattern of chord types, so the chord types for harmonic minor are going to be different than for your major scale. For harmonic minor, the 1 chord is minor, the 2 chord is diminished, 3 is augmented, 4 is minor, 5 is major, 6 is also major, 7 is diminished, and then when you reach the 1 chord again, it's minor. Again, figuring out the quality of each chord is an entirely different subject, so I do recommend checking out my Guitar Theory module series. But just like the major scale, the harmonic minor scale will always have the same series of chord types regardless of the starting note. It's just a different series than the major. If you'd like to know more about chords and scales, check out my book, Guitar Theory Modules. And for more music theory, general technique lessons, or solo guitar arrangements, please subscribe.